Simply Tammy.
It's a blessing that I'm here, I'm alive. No, I never ever have to cry, cause it's something I know will always work for me on my side. Not a thing I even have to fight, all things work together for my good. Life speaks if you listen, it might be sound. Watch the love come alive. Sharing the truth that inspires. Sharing the truth that inspires. Sharing the truth that inspires. All things work together for my good. Life speaks if you listen, it might be sound. Watch the joy come alive. Watch the joy. Sharing the truth that inspires.
Inspired to love, inspired to grow, inspired to heal, inspired to live. Simply Tammy.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Tammy Carpenter, affectionately known as Simply Tammy, back again for another amazing segment of Women Who Win. So, we're going to go ahead and go over the house rules. As it says across the bottom of the screen. If you are watching, go ahead and jump in the comments. Say hello to us. Let me know where you're watching from, and please share the broadcast. If you're watching on Facebook, where you will have the opportunity to share, please go ahead and like the Simply Tammy page so we can stay connected and you can know what we have going on, who's going to be my next guest, and all the other good stuff that we like to share on that page. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember to subscribe to the Simply Tammy channel. Again, you'll get notified when new videos are posted, and there's other material that gets added to that channel other than these videos. So thank you again for watching. One last announcement before I talk about my amazing guest that I have with me tonight. Many of you, if you've been watching me, you know that it's my birthday month. So I've had themes for this month, and I'll tell you about this week's theme in just a moment. But another thing that I did to commemorate my birthday month is I launched a community, a private community on Facebook. It's called Women Who Win, Our Common Thread, where we can have deeper conversations. I can learn more about you, a space for you to share your stories, and a space for us to join to grow together on a journey. So I'm going to share towards the end of this video how you can join me in that community, but I wanted you to know that that is available so that you'll be looking out for that information towards the end of this video. So if you've been watching me or if you've been spending some time with me um, this month, because it's my birthday month, I've wanted to choose themes that kind of ring out things that are important to me. So we've talked about wisdom, we've talked about love, and my guest this week, we're going to talk about life and laughter. She's a well-known comedian, and I can't wait to bring her before your front. Those of you that are jumping in the comments, I'm going to acknowledge you when I bring her up on the screen, because if you're here to support her, I want her to be able to see your name and let her know that you're here to support her. So my beautiful, wonderful, amazing guest tonight is none other than Oneshia Edens, affectionately known as Lovely Big O. I'm going to read her bio and then bring her up before. It's just a brief portion of her bio, actually. Oneshia Edens, aka Lovely Big O, is a Greenville, South Carolina native who shares her Christian comedy throughout the United States and internationally. The well-known entertainer uses her full-figured physique, family, and church experiences to make anyone she meets laugh. She also draws upon her own personal experiences as a single parent and youth growing up in Greenville, South Carolina. Oneshia's comedy has the ability to reach all ages, genders, races, and ethnicities. You will laugh like you haven't laughed before, all while being encouraged, uplifted, and strengthened with the power of God's love. Her beautiful personality, infectious laugh, and humor remind us all that you too can experience all the trials life has to offer while laughing in the devil's face. Oneshia spreads the same level of fun and excitement on the airways every weekend on the #1 radio station, 107.3 Jams in Greenville, South Carolina. She is also a well-experienced and highly sought-after host. Oneshia lives by her personal motto, laugh until the pain is gone. And without further ado, hey, hey, hey! How are you, darling?
Woo, girl, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So we're going to first see who we have in the comments. We have Miko King here in Piedmont. We have Tempatha Green. I think he was with us last week, so thank you for coming back. My sister Brandy is watching. She's here locally.
Come on, Tammy, what the hell?
We have Jarmel Robinson. This is my connect. Swagger Magazine is one of our media partners, so so glad to have you connected with us. You will be having some more things coming from Swagger Magazine in the future, and we also have my guest from last week, Felicia Miller, watching us. So thank you all for joining in. Thank you for connecting, and thank you for sharing. So, Oneshia, I always like to share when I first come on how I met my guests, and I have wrecked my brain. I don't remember when I first met you. I know I've known you for some years. I've been back in Greenville almost 11 years, but I don't remember the first event that I met you at. I don't remember how our paths crossed. I know we've known each other for a while.
Tammy, was it not at church? I think it was at church.
It could have been. It could have been.
I think it was at church.
Okay, we can go with that.
Yeah, I think it was at church, but that's not the moment I remember. But you know the moment that I'm bathed in forever. Like
I know the moment you're talking about. But I had already known you after that for me to invite you to that. So
listen, you can invite me to come to anything from here on out. You can invite me to come to the kitchen. You can invite me to come to the living room. Anytime you call up, I'm gonna be there because you changed my life forever. So I'm here for Team Tammy.
That is hilarious. So I'm going to go ahead and put out there. I'm going to try to keep this video serious, but she's already had me crying, laughing before we even got started tonight. So I have my Kleenex just because I already told her I tried to put on some lashes tonight, but maybe I shouldn't have because I don't know if they're going to last.
I'm a behave.
We are going to first start off before we get into any serious topics. How long have you been doing comedy?
Since 1997.
Okay. So was 1997 your first professional gig?
Yes, 1997 was the year that Saint Vic, Victor Terrell, as a lot of people know him, but he was actually just at Shady Oak Baptist Church, and my friend Tamisha Bryson at the time was working there, and they were putting on a comedy show, and she was like, "Oh, I have this hilarious friend." Comedy was something I never wanted to do. I never wanted to tap into it. I'm just naturally crazy, as they say. So she was like, "I think you should really give her a shot." And he did. He allowed me to open up 15 minutes for him and some other comedians at the Bride of Christ. At that time, that was the name of the church, the Bride of Christ. And it just took off from there.
Okay, so you never wanted to do comedy. You're naturally funny. So what made you say yes to that?
Apostle Run at Redemption World Outreach Center at that time, because I used to be the choir director. That was my thing. I used to direct the choir with Pastor.
Are you serious?
Yes, for 7 years. I was the choir director, honey. I know what to do. I know how to
I have learned something already.
Baby, you listen. I was right.
Cutting out one section and bringing in another. Okay.
I know how to rise them down, rise them up, and cut them off. You got to cut the tenors off and let the sopranos hold that note sometimes. So I know what to do, honey. I know how to get us to, get your baby. That's me. That was me. But a person was preaching one time, and he actually talked to me in the very back, and he said, everyone has a part of the body of Christ. He said, whether it's, love, joy, or laughter. He said, and you're not living out who you are. He said, you play a part in the body of Christ. That's laughter. He said, and you need to walk into what God has called you to be. And he preached about it. And when he talked about the body of Christ and where you fit in, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And so I called St. Vic 2 days later and told him that, yes, I would like 15 minutes to get up and be funny. And it's clean comedy. So I did it. And it's been on ever since.
Wow.
I ain't saying I ain't made mistakes, Tammy, but yeah.
So thinking about that, before you, because I know a lot of times, as women in general, really as people in general, we have to get over ourselves before we show up in spaces. What did you have to deal with in Oneshia? Maybe if not in that first event, but as you continue to grow in your profession in great stages, what did you have to deal with in Oneshia to make sure that you were 100% every time you hit stage?
Dang, Tim, I knew you was gonna be asking me bougie questions. What? Girl, I need to phone a friend. Anybody else out there, Miko, one of y'all, Jamila, y'all swag magazine, y'all can y'all answer that? What do you have? What you have to get over, girl? The interview questions. Get over the interview questions, girl. I don't know. For me, getting on stage, I feel like if you're never nervous before getting on stage, you probably should just stop doing it. That's just me personally. So I'm always nervous and like, just real nervous about it. And then when the time I get a mic in my hand, it's a wrap. So I do it, after that. But yeah, that's about it, Tammy. I knew you was coming with these Jeopardy questions.
No, because a lot of times people have fear of speaking in front of people. People have fear of being seen. People have fear of large crowds. People have fear of, what if I can't get my words out? So I didn't know if there was anything.
The only fear I've ever had, and it has happened, is that I'm a cuss, and I done cussed on stage before. So, and I didn't mean to, but probably that. But it ain't like I'm be meaning to. It's just that if something has aggravated me or somebody in the crowd, so now I just really watch my words. Now that has happened, but other than that, yeah.
Okay. So outside of being, when did you become Lovely Big O? How far were you in your career where you took on your stage name?
Oh, that stage name came years before. Remember, I told you I was a natural class clown. If you talk to my mama, she'll tell you that I was born out the womb laughing.
Cutting up.
Yes. My friend Shantae Stewart was her name, but we call her Pie. Because we from the hood. So we got these nicknames: pie, turnip greens, red beans. You know how we do, pork chop in them. That's our names. We all named after food. You know how we do, cake, and Pie. Pie actually gave me my name. She's always called me Big O. She's ever since the beginning of time. She was actually watching my son, while she would babysit him, and I would come and pick him up, and she's always, called me Big O, making her laugh, So I just added the lovely onto it, and it just stuck with me.
Okay.
So a friend actually gave me my stage name.
Okay. Good. So you are already Lovely Big O before you grace the stage. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So outside of comedy, who is Oneshia?
Jesus Christ. Ooh, child, honey, I feel like I'm talking to Oprah. Honey. Honey, is this, honey, what is going on, honey? Let me drink some ginger ale, honey.
Oh, we ain't even 15 minutes in yet. You might know.
I know. This ain't gonna make it. This ain't finna make it, honey. I declare, honey, who is Oneshia? Well, listen, I'm just no nonsense, laid back kind of person. Just, born and raised in West Greenville and Green Line. I am a true introvert, which people, I think I just told you that. A lot of people feel like I'm just like, ooh, but no, honey, the pandemic did me some good. It allowed me to stay in, and I'm just real cool. You know, single with a vision of dating, and I don't know, Tammy. And I'm not really that deep. I ain't that deep of a person. I ain't you. I ain't got all that other stuff. Like you got bougie stuff. I ain't got all that. I just like green beans and macaroni and cheese and fried chicken with a slice of pound cake. I don't know, Tammy. That's just Oneshia all day, every day.
I like pound cake too. Oh, I like pound cake.
Tammy, girl, I done seen you cook, and I done tasted some of your cooking before, so I know what you were capable of doing.
So, you are a single mother.
Yes.
Talk about that experience and how raising your son as you were becoming a woman yourself and then building a career. What challenges did you have to face?
God. Listen, I always tell people Jakiva saved my life. That's my son. Love him to pieces. He saved my life. And when I say saved my life, having him made me put things in perspective of what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. But life decisions, happen a lot of times. Like one time I had put him in daycare, but because my grandmother helped me raise him, because after I had him, I went right back to work. 2 months after I had him, I was back working 2 jobs. I've always worked 2 jobs, and I just wanted more for him. But one time, Tim, I had put him in daycare, and it was a life choice decision. I was struggling really bad, and I was like, okay, he needed, pull-ups, and I was like, but I got $5. It's either gonna be these pull-ups, or either it's gonna be me able to have lunch. Which one is winning? Now, can you imagine which one won? The lunch won, in Jesus' name. The Lord told me that day, thou shalt never buy another pull-up. He gonna use that pot. I guarantee if you see him, and I see him to school with them cloth drawers that he had, with the rubber that go on top of them cloth drawers. And I told him, I said, you're gonna get in there, you're gonna use that pot at the Sunshine House. That's where he was, right off of White Horse Road. I said, you're gonna go to the bathroom, or you're gonna walk around, and you're gonna smell like pee-pee, and people gonna pick at you. At 3, that's how I taught him. I said, now, what you want to do? What you gonna do? And the lady said that he eased himself in. Now, he had an accident, but baby, my stomachs were hungry that day. And that decision to get that $5 and get me something to eat, you didn't even have to worry. I did what the Lord told me to do. He said,
so lunch won over the pull-up.
The Lord said, take this money, eat all of it. And I did. I did what the Lord said. Tammy. Those are the type of decisions that I end up making. But I raised a good one.
You did. He's kind of like he's a big deal out here in the street.
Yes, he is
a big deal.
Amazing. And just when I was coming on with you, the video, he's got a new video that has dropped because he's in some contest, and my mama steady blowing up my phone. Oh, my grandson. I'm like, girl, I am in the middle of an interview. You already know how I am. I'm gonna watch that in a minute. But he is really he's really focused. Like, I wish sometimes I could have what he has, but I always tell him that he got that. He got it because me and his daddy didn't. Because I'm from the hood, his daddy from the ghetto, and we got together, we made him, and I don't know how that happened, but look at him. He just came out like, he came out like we needed him to. Go ahead now, Lord. The Lord took us from a miry clay and there he is, Tim.
So what is as a single parent, what has been your most proud moment?
Oh, him graduating from college. Even though it was in a pandemic, he graduated from the University of Southern California last year. And just to be able to experience that, because you're like, God, I remember you going to Head Start, daycare, Head Start, middle school, high school, elementary, all of that. But to know that he really pushed himself, made it happen, and I could share that experience with them. It was good. It was really good. Now I am kind of mad that we didn't get to go to California and watch him walk the stage. I done called the director of the graduation committee of California, and I'm like, I don't know how, don't know when, but I feel like I should be able to come and crash the 2021 stage and let my baby walk, because I was gonna throw wigs and everything out there. I was gonna cut up. The Lord knew.
He knew.
He knew.
Because you didn't need to be locked up in California.
Yeah, I would have been, but I was gonna cut up. I was. That was exceptional.
So knowing that, that's an amazing accomplishment for so many reasons. Being a single parent, him being a young Black male. So what has been your most challenging moment as a single parent?
Race has been very challenging, because even while he was in California, he experienced being profiled by the police. And that was a moment where it changed him. It literally changed his perspective on police and and just his whole experience with racism. So and for a mom to not be able to be there because it happened in California, girl, my blood was boiling. I'm trying to see how I can get a red eye straight there, trying to see if I can jump ship somewhere to go and get him. Is there a jet plane that I can rent? Because I got to get to my baby. And to hear that, the fear, and I mean, over the phone, the fear, the tears, the hurt, and basically betrayal. It was life-changing. That has been the most challenging, and trying to keep him, at peace, even today, just with the killings and things that go on, he talks about it, you could just hear the anger, and and it is bothersome, because I want to do everything I can to protect him. As a mom, you want to do everything you can to protect him. And I don't, we had a talk about it maybe about a week ago, that he said his white friends don't understand what it's like to have a parent to have to tell you, drive with your hands on the steering wheel. Make sure you call me immediately when you get pulled over. Keep me on the phone. Make sure that you don't have your music too loud, or it's certain things that we have to tell our Black son that he said his friends don't have to relate to, or never have had to have that conversation with. So that's the biggest challenge I can honestly tell you that I have had with Jakeemus, because he was not a bad child at all. Not a bad teenager, but that was one of the most challenging moments for us.
So your motto is laugh until the pain is gone.
Baby.
So as I was thinking about this, I find it interesting that it's laugh until and not laugh after. So what in life has taught you that you have to laugh until and not laugh after?
The going through the stages of dementia with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Tell
us about it.
When she was diagnosed, my family was like, oh my Lord, take me now, Jesus, take me now. But me, I use laughter, to help ease it. And we had some great moments. Like, I even use it in my comedy shows when I tell them, I said, I was the part-time caretaker with my mom, and how I had to go pick her up, and she would never come to the door when I blow the horn. I could never get her to come to the door, Tammy, never, ever, ever, because it was my job to pick her up and take her over to my mom. So I caught myself going to trick her one day, and I was going to come over there. I didn't call this time. I just pulled up to the scene, and I said, I'm just going to come up, blow the horn one time. I know she's going to come out then, because I'm not going to call and get her ready. And I did. She never came out. I blowed the horn like 3 times, and she never came out. Immediately when I got out the car, my grandma opened the door. She had on a wife beater. Her wig was cocked to the side. She had her bedroom shoes on. She ain't had no bra on, no drawers on, no pants, or nothing. I was like, Grandma, where you going? She said she was going with me. She said, I'm going with you. I said, well, it looked like you ready to go to Platinum Plus. And she looked at me and she said, well, what's that? I said, a place where you go and make money and take your clothes off. And she looked at me and she said, well, let's get it. That's what I'm talking about. Laughing till the pain is gone. Those are things that I remember. She had a baby doll that she was carrying around with her that she called it her baby. Well, honey, I bought the baby a car seat. We took the baby in. The baby had a stroller, and I didn't let nobody mess with my grandma baby either, honey. We fed the baby food, honey. Grandma, come on over here and get this baby, honey. It's howling. And then the baby got missing one time, and my grandma was like, call the police. Grandma, you want me to call the police about the baby doll? No, that's not baby. And I pretend like I had called the police to get this baby in here. And the baby was actually outside on the little step where she left it. I brought the baby in. I said, girl, somebody laid the baby out here like baby Jesus in a manger. I wrapped it up and everything. I said, look at it in swaddling clothing. Girl, I saved him. Look at it. And she just thought that was the biggest thing ever.
Wow.
But when she passed away in April the 11th, 2011, when she passed away, I spoke at her funeral, and 2 hours later, I was on stage. Telling jokes, hosting a fashion show.
Wow. So where did that resilience come from? Has it always been who you are, or was it because you saw it in her or your mom?
I saw it in my grandma. My grandmother is, man, you talking about resilience, strength. Oh, I just like that bougie word. I'm gonna look it up later, but I know resilience sound like it's something fancy. I really don't know what it means, but I just want to say it because you said it. But resilience came from my grandma. That's so bougie. Yeah, the resilience. Girl, I'm about to resilience everybody from here on out. Just FYI, I couldn't let that one go because I just like the way it sounded. Resilience. So the resilience, came from my grandma. I mean, I love her. My mom shows resilience too. And I think it's a good thing because of the way you said it. So my mama showed resilience. And we resilience out here. Tammy, girl, you teaching me, girl. Let me put this in my notes. Resilience, girl. I done had to put that in my notes, honey. Girl, you think I'm lying? I'm about to.
Onesha, I think you got my eyelash coming completely off my eye. I cannot stand you right now.
I'm just saying, girl. I like that word. I'm about to start using that. I'm gonna wake up in the morning and be like, I am resilient.
Make it part of your affirmations.
Yeah,
every day.
I'm gonna have to because I like it. Now I'm gonna have to look it up first because I think it means something good the way you use it in a sentence. So I'm gonna start using it in a sentence.
It's your fortitude, your strength, your inner strength to keep going.
Oh, a fortitude. Oh, girl, we got resilience and a fortitude. Fortitude. Oh, Tammy.
I cannot with you tonight. I cannot.
It's your fortitude, baby. I'm about to blow up over here. You wait. They gonna know what to say. Come Sunday when I get ready to talk for throwback. I'm like, if your resilience ain't your fortitude, you don't know. You can't listen to us no more.
I'm gonna go to the comments for a minute to see if my eyelash can reattach for a minute because I am having a problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back up because people have been saying stuff. Early on, Felicia said, Oneshia, you are deeper than you think. You change the atmosphere wherever you go.
Oh,
yes, Felicia. Yes. We've had a lot of people in here crying, laughing. Felicia again said laughter is good medicine. I can't remember what we were talking about at that time. Tori Davis said, yes, you did. I think it was something hilarious.
I love Tori. She's such a sweetheart.
Miko said her stomach is already hurt. Miko, I am in stitches over here.
I'm sorry, Miko.
Brandy said raising a black son requires constant prayer.
Come on, Brandy.
Absolutely. Felicia said, "This is hilarious, but I see the hand of God all over this. He gave you comedy to help you through your challenges. What a beautiful coping mechanism." Amen. Amen.
Felicia gave us one too. Beautiful coping mechanism with resilience.
Look, you had people in the comments. My niece said resilience.
Yes, resilience.
My sis, oh no, this Miko that said resilience. Catch it. Yep, that's
Come
one of your
resilience,
phrases.
y'all. That word, it took us through.
Honey,
that's gonna be the new word for the 2021.
Felicia said you will learn some fancy words talking to Miss Tammy, baby. There's nothing simple. Y'all are hilarious.
Come on, Miss Felicia, say it. I'm over here now trying to see what's coming up next from Oprah.
Oh Lord. Oh yeah, Tori was saying that when I said that you raised an amazing son, and she said, "Yes,
oh,
you did.
thank
Absolutely."
You, Tori. I tell y'all, little Tori was there. You know, Tori. I had my first hamburger helper experience with Tori Davis. That girl knows she could cook some hamburger helper. Girl, Tori will tell you about how we was over there cooking hamburger helper.
She taught you the hamburger helper.
Baby, you don't know nothing about Tori Davis and hamburger helper. She paved the way for Chiquivas to eat, because if not, girl, he would have been over there on Similac until he was 25. He'd been on it.
So I think that you being just naturally hilarious, that as you are, one of the biggest misconceptions that people may have about you is that you're always laughing, that you always have a smile.
Right.
Outside of that, what is some of the biggest misconceptions that people have had about you because they know what you do but don't know who you are?
That I don't have down moments of where I hurt. 2020 really showed a lot of people a different side when it came to who I was, because I lost a lot of people in 2020. Being a comedian, a radio personality, or just me in general, I've been attached to a lot of people, whether, you know, it's personal or business, but I take everything personal. And 2020, I had a lot of moments. I had a lot of moments of where loneliness really was taking place. And I closed myself off too, because I didn't want to lose another person or stay close to anybody in fear of them leaving. Because 2020, it started off actually in 2019 with, you know, losing a couple of, I lost 2 friends back to back in 2019 at the end of December. And it just trickled on to 2020. And it literally did something to me. And it was to the point where my mama, honey, when they say you got a praying grandma and a praying mama, my mama came over here with her anointing oil with my son. She said, "I'm about to pray over you. I'm about to pray." She took that oil, and you know what they do, that Crisco oil, and throw it on there. I was like, but grandma, wait a minute, mama, don't put it on my new weave now, because you know that weave, when you got new hair, you can't have all that oil on it. So I had to lift up so she could put the blood stain banner right here, honey. You can't put that on that Remy. Don't put oil on the Remy, mama. So she came and she prayed over me. But that's the thing that a lot of people is like, you know, you're always happy. And I tried to stay positive as much as I could for 2020. But when things affected me, it just hit. And I didn't even expect it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect it to affect me in that manner, but it did. But I do have moments where I'm just like, oh, Lord, just ease up just a little bit on me, Captain, you know, because I love hard, you know, and a lot of it too was, you know, rejection. You know, if I, you know, I don't deal well with rejection at all. And I'm learning to cope with it. And I'm learning that, you know, everything that we go through, especially when other people are going through, you got to realize too, you can't take it personal. You have to let people live their life. You have to also, you know, remember, don't take it personal. You know, people grow, things, season change. You had your moment, you had your season. Let people be, let things be. Don't try to keep trying to pull at it and fix it. And me, I want to try to run it in. I just want to know what's wrong. How can I fix it? What can I do? And the Lord taught me in 2020, remove yourself out of it. If I did it, let it be. Just let it be. And that was hard for me, Tammy. I ain't gonna lie. That was really, really hard. Because I want to go in and love and save people that, you know, I'm really close to. And losing those people this year, I was kind of, me and God went through something. I was like, oh, come on, man. You don't see us down here. You don't hear me. I'm praying. You told me if I prayed, and I do right, you was going to fix it. Now fix it. That was the type of conversations I was having. Dear God, now you said if I did right, you was going to.
You went dear God on them.
I went dear God on them, and I folded my arms like I was waiting, honey. Wait. So that's one of the things that people, you know, I think they really got the feel of it. I went live about it one time about dealing with rejection and dealing with you know, losing loved ones. I'm telling you, that thing, it tore me up in 2020, Tammy. I just couldn't. And I think that has a lot with me being single. I was like, I don't want to get close to nobody. Y'all, no, just go on over there. Let me drink this ginger ale and eat this oatmeal pie. I'm straight.
You and your little Debbie's.
Waiting, just in case you ask me something and I don't know the answer, baby. She stay on deck. What?
You are not gonna start eating no Debbie cake if you don't know the answer to what I ask you.
Ask me a question, I don't know the answer. Watch God work. Tammy, I don't play no games, and I told y'all that. Y'all got one time to make me feel like I can't answer.
Oh my goodness.
I came prepared for you. I knew. After resilience, the resilience, honey, and the fortitude. The resilience of this is the fortitude of this oatmeal pie when you ask me a question. The Lord has sent it. I'm ready for you.
Oh, this might be our last serious question.
Oh, snap.
I mean, it's not the last question, but it's the last one I consider serious. I don't know what your consideration would be, but because you, like you just said yourself, you want to be there to help people. You want to be there to love on people that you care about, that you are close to. When you feel like you have nothing else to give, how do you refuel? Outside of a little Debbie cake.
Oh, I was going to say, girl, grab a snack bag. Get a snack bag and a ginger ale. I don't know. No. Listen, one thing I can tell you is church is where it's at. And my cousin, who is also my pastor now, Pastor Zachary Brewster, honey, you talking about pick up a phone and be like, cuz, come on and talk to me. He has taught me. He has talked me off a couple of ledges of where I'm ready to just let the tongue fly free. And he be like, cuz, no. What I tell you when I talked to you earlier, concentrate, think, and speak. Concentrate, think, and speak. That's all I was doing. Concentrate, think, and speak. So I've learned that from him, that you got to concentrate first, think about it, and then you can speak. So talking with him, listening to him and his word, motivational Mondays, push through Thursdays, those be some of the key things that help me, you know, especially during the week when I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta do one more Excel spreadsheet. I gotta do one more basket of clothes. I got to cook a meal. It really helped me get myself together. So I can really tell you, when I need that refueling, it takes the word of God for me. It does. And prayer. It does. So I got to get at my cousin who really pushed me through these last couple of years. Because, baby, if it was left up to me, girl, that would be right. It would be right.
You flip it all the wrong way.
Ooh, girl. Ain't no Jesus be in it. I wouldn't even know who he was, and Jesus wouldn't be out there. None of them.
So, as a comedian, what has been your most memorable event to date?
Most memorable event. God, I told you was gonna say something crazy. Girl, I
No,
don't know.
that's lighthearted.
No, it ain't. Cause all of them are memorable. All of them are memorabilia. All of them are memorabilia. All of them.
No, ma'am.
I don't think. Oh, Tammy, good God! I've met some amazing people on this journey, and I don't think there's one that outweighs the other because each of them holds something very special and dear. I can tell you that what makes me appreciate the gift of laughter is to have someone to come up to me and say, I thought about taking my life and I needed to laugh. I haven't laughed in years, and my cousin made me come to the show, and to hear you talk about what you go through in your family, I want to say thank you. My sister, me and Nisa was just talking about this on yesterday when she came over here to see me. And she was like, I'll never forget that 85-year-old woman in Spartanburg who was trying to just touch you. And she said you were trying to talk to someone else. And she said she was just trying to touch your hand. And she said when she finally got your hand, she was like, I haven't laughed in years. But you are a funny person. Those moments you just can't bottle up and just be like, ooh, that's all right. I cherish stuff like that. All of my events, they mean something, and I know people are like, oh, but you met such and such. No, the only person I probably be fooled over is that Leah Timbo. I feel like I love you. Like I really met you. It took you so long, baby.
Come back. Oh, come back.
You saw me. I was
come back.
Those are the most memorable moments. All of them. I take something every show, out of every event. I take something from it. It lesson learned. Growth. So I just love the laugh, Tammy.
Gotcha. Yeah, Brandy said you are a physician for the soul. That's a new tagline, honey. Physician for the soul. With resilience and fortitude.
Baby, resilience and fortitude, and then a physician for the soul. Girl, I'm about to add that to my resume. Girl, let me find out. I'm about to be Dr. Laugh. About to be Dr. Lovely Big O. Come on here, Brandy. Brandy might make me go get my good wig on, child. I'm about to go get my good hair, Brandy, and throw it on
here. And Miko said that she will never forget when you went from comedian to intercessor at Shayla Lord Statler event. She said to see you pray for those women was so inspiring.
And Miko, listen, that event really, I think it gave I think it gave people a different outlook on me also, because people also, I joke, but when it comes to the good Lord have mercy, I plays no games. He is so real to me. And in that moment, God just really used me to pray and to minister to some women, but I don't take it lightly. I never take anything that he does. The move of God is never light in my life. And everything is due to him. Everything is due to him. So that event, I hear that all the time. And from Shayla's event, I must tell you, I did not want to speak at Shayla's event. She will tell you that. Like, I was fighting. I was like, Shayla, why don't you get somebody else? Girl, let me just host. I don't want to talk. Like I told you before, concentrate, think, and speak. I have to do that. Concentrate, think, and speak. And I did not. I was trying to argue with her. But I really, after speaking at her event, it opened up doors for me to come and speak at other events. And I was like, why y'all want me to say something? Y'all know I'm special. Y'all know I'm special. I'm real special.
Well, that's an amazing testimony.
Yeah.
So it means there's many facets to lovely Dr. Laugh, Big O.
Oh, come on, many facets with resilience and fortitude. Girl, Tammy, I'm telling you, I'm about to have a mean Webster dictionary over here. I'm about to be Dr. Google for real. You wait till I talk to Siri tonight. Me and Siri about to have scripture and prayer meeting. Siri about to be tired.
Listen, so I have seen you minister, perform, grace the stage many, many times, and you are known to put some moves on the people before you open your mouth.
Oh,
when did the dancing start?
Oh, listen, Tim, I've always loved to dance. It does not matter. I'll dance in church. I will dance at baby shower, bar mitzvahs, and funerals. I don't care, honey. We gonna dance and cut up. I love to dance. And the funny thing is, I don't care who watching. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you don't like the way I move. You let some good music on, honey, especially some good old throwback music, baby. I lose my mind. I be like, what? I love to dance.
Oh my. Okay, so when you hit the stage for the first time, did you dance, or did you start incorporating that later?
The first time I hit the stage, I've always danced. My song that I used to come out on all the time was Sister Big Bones. Sister Big Bones, can a brother walk you home? What he said, Tammy? He said, look like a plate of neck bones. Look so good, baby. Honey, can't nobody do me like Aunt. Can't nobody do me like Anthony. Can't nobody do me like Anthony. Anthony Hamilton sent me on through with Sister Big Bones. That used to be my opener. Whether it was in church, outside of church, I would tell them, I'd be like, don't try to judge him. He already know I look like neck bones. And you know, when you got neck bones, after you done left Sunday service, y'all know y'all tearing it up. That's how y'all look at me. When y'all see me, I done teared it up in here.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This has been hilarious. And so very needed. I did not realize when you and I talked earlier this week, I told you that I knew I needed laughter because I am in the midst of or approaching the 10th anniversary of my sister's death. And you shared the date that your grandmother died was April 11th, 2011. So you just reached a 10-year mark with your grandmother. So we probably all needed this good dose of laughter.
Yes, ma'am.
Tonight. So before I have you share your last piece of motivation or inspiration or whatever you share. I know. And you cannot crack open that Debbie cake when it's time for you to talk. Oh,
okay, Tammy.
So people can follow you and find you on Facebook and IG. It's Lovely Big O. Are there any other platforms or media?
YouTube. You can find me on YouTube too under Lovely Big O. Everything is under Lovely Big O, even Twitter. All of it's under Lovely Big O. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have anything coming up that people should be aware of or should be looking out for?
No. I mean, I'm doing events, but they're, because I just recently opened up my calendar and we are doing events, but we're doing small events. Like I have not really just opened myself up for big events just yet because, the pandemic to me is real. And I play no games with it. The CDC said something in the beginning. They said what? They said, fat people, you can get this and check out. I was like, well, hey, this fat one about to be at home. You ain't got to worry. C, D, and a C. I'm over here with E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. We over here. Don't worry about it. So I listens because I know what the lamb that saved my life, honey. And the Lord gave me good sense. He said, sit down and rest a little while. So Tammy, yes, I'm doing events, but nothing just that big thing yet. When I hit something big, I'm gonna let y'all know, but not
okay.
Yet.
Okay, are you still doing Catch Flavor and Not Feelings?
Catch Flavor Not Feelings is on Wednesdays, but I have not started it back up because I got some other stuff that has taken priority. And you go, when you got a shift, the Lord telling you, hey, you got to put this down for a minute and I'm going to let you come back to it, but I need you to regroup and refocus.
I know I watched it one night and I think you were tasting some Thai food and you spit them people food out. I said, oh, did not just spit these people food out on the show.
Tammy, girl, let me tell you something. I don't play no games when it comes to food. People tell you, don't be on here trying to play with me. And this is something I said, and I don't want people to get offended by it because I use the word fat a lot. I even say this in my comedy shows. I use the word fat a lot, and then I tell people, don't get offended because fatty calf was in the Bible first, honey. We was the best sacrifice, honey. You better know your word. I don't know what Bible y'all read, but we was in the Bible first. So we is the sacrificial. Honey, please no. But I told them, get a real fat girl in your life. It'll change your life. Because we can tell you about food in the blink of an eye. You see how quick we blink right there? That we know about food. Can't nobody tell you about substance of the stomachs. Can't nobody do that but us. I tell them that. I'm a true fat girl in real life. And I plays no game. This is not a costume. This is what the Lord said. Now, if the Lord had gave me their other Coke bottle, Lord Jesus, I wouldn't have been right. I told you I wouldn't have been saved. I wouldn't have been used for the glory of God with that. I wouldn't have been. That's why he blessed me with this cloth. I got this cloak. You see this cloak? This is a cloak. People don't understand the cloak that I wear. So with this extra cloakness that I have, the resilience is the fortitude that I have of being a true fat girl. And see how I put that together, girl? I just feel the spirit right there. I just felt the spirit. Somebody come and fan me. I felt it. Y'all felt that?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I felt that.
It has been an extreme delight to spend this time with you.
I know, Tammy. I'm so proud of you. Like, this is amazing. And I've been watching you. Remember, I told you I've been watching some of your shows because I've been trying to get myself prepared because I knew this was going to be real bougie. I knew this was going to be extra bougie. You so bougie? Oh, this is bougie and fancy. I mean, even your background, I got a whole closet back there. And I just put this banner up. Look,
I can bring you in. I can bring you in.
That's fine. These people know. If you don't see me on Wednesday, y'all know it's tennis. All the Chuck Taylors is on the wall. Y'all know I got wig heads back there because when my son came back home, the closet, his room was my closet, but he came back home and I had to move everything downstairs. It's just something about that extra room, honey. But praise be to God, when I get this house, you ain't gonna have to worry about it because I beseech it, Lord.
Yes. So, going across the bottom of the screen, before I have Oneshia share her last thoughts, inspiration, whatever she wants to leave with us, I mentioned earlier that I have the Our Common Thread community on Facebook. So, if you want to learn more about that, go to simplytammy.com/connect. It's an amazing community of women where your story is celebrated. We have events. So events there are archived. And I'm not going to go into all the detail, but go check out the page and just find out more about it. And I will be back next week with another guest and another theme. So I hope that you stay connected and come back with us next week. So Oneshia.
Yes.
You have made us laugh until I'm ashamed to see what my lashes look like right now. But you have also shared some encouragement and inspiration. So for the women and men that are watching, for people that will watch the replay, what words of encouragement or inspiration would you like them to remember that you said? She is pulling out. Stop playing.
Girl, no. When all else fails, grab a Debbie and a ginger ale, baby. I knew you was coming with something. Tammy, you so wrong. You want me to give the people a word.
some inspiration, some encouragement, some motivation.
Oh, the best motivation I got for you is to love, live, and laugh. But most of all, pray. Prayer changes everything. I have seen it work in my life, and I know that it works in everybody else. You love, live, laugh, and you pray, baby, you ain't got nothing to worry about. No fears, no nothing. So I tell each and every one of you, and if that don't work, grab a ginger ale and a little Debbie. Debbie has saved most of y'all lives. Because when your sugar drop, what y'all grab? Something sweet. Look at God. You didn't think I knew y'all did that, did you? That's what y'all do. Y'all sugar drop. Y'all grab something real sweet like, Y'all don't even turn to the master when your sugar drop.
What kind of ginger ale you drinking? Oh,
girl, it's a new bougie kind, so you would appreciate it. It's the ginger ale lemonade.
Who is that by? Is that Canada Dry?
Baby, the only ginger ale that will ever touch these lips. What? Honey, I have tried other gingers.
Have you tried Burners?
Girl, Burners ain't got nothing on no Canada. I know about Burners. Him ain't no Canada. If you ain't got this, you ain't saved. I knew you didn't know the Lord. You ain't got Canada, girl. You see, you ever talking about, do you know Burners? Burners? You don't know no Burners? That's
Actually, what I have in my refrigerator right now is Gosling's ginger beer, and it's non-alcoholic, Saints, but it is. I like the flavor of the ginger beer. Yeah.
I love a good ginger beer. I buy that from the fresh market. Now I love a good ginger beer, and I love how you cleared it up. Saints is non-alcoholic. Well, I got some Patron, and this is what y'all gonna do.
I know you don't, because I know you don't drink. I heard it.
I got Patron, and this is what y'all gonna know. I don't drink. I've never tasted alcohol before in my life, but until each his own, it does. My choice of alcohol is her. That is who I choose. But I love ginger. I even got ginger candy right now. I got some ginger candy. I love everything about ginger. So I'm a ginger person. So yeah.
I'm a ginger fan as well. I have ginger candy. I put ginger crystals in my tea. Do you use ginger crystals?
Girl, in your tea? No, I don't know about ginger crystals, but I know about the ginger root. I can cut a piece of root. Honey, see what I'm talking about? I use ginger crystals. No, girl, I don't know nothing about throwing ginger diamonds in my tea. I don't know about a ginger diamond being tossed in a tea, but I cut from a root. Honey, we know how to cut from the root and peel that skin back and drop it in. But I guess I'm gonna learn about ginger crystals. Girl, I told you, that's why you drink Burners, because you're bougie. Bougie Burners. Bougie Burners. I love it, Tammy. I just love you.
I am going to conclude this so I can take this eyelashes. I know it's hanging off because this.
It's not hanging, friend. Your face still pretty. Your face still pretty. It's still little, Tammy.
I feel it. But this has been amazing and necessary. And I love how God does what he does. Because when I was scheduling the guests for this month, I didn't know that you would fall in this time when God knew that we would need to laugh. So
Tammy didn't do it.
Didn't he do it?
He did
do it. And I think that everyone that was watching with us has been blessed. So I wish you continued success. Can't wait to see what's next for you, what God is doing for you and continues to do through you. So for those of you that are watching again, please join me back next week. I'm going to ask you to hang out with me for a little bit in the studio before we conclude. Remember to, if you catch us in the replay, you can still comment. I go back and look at the comments, and if my guests are tagged, they'll go back and look in the comments. Thank you guys for being so encouraging.
Tammy, before you end, thank you for even putting this platform together for a lot of people. Even in the middle of a pandemic, you don't know this is life-changing. Even after the pandemic, this is going to be life-changing for people to come back and be able to relate to something that you've posted with one of your guests. I have truly enjoyed, especially if I go back and have to watch the replay. But thank you for being obedient to listening to what God said. Simply Tammy, honey, ain't nothing simple about you, Chair. Nothing. So we honor you, woman of God, for what you're doing and allowing God to really use you in this season, because this really helps us. Like you said, it a lot of times we walk around, we suffer in silence. So this is a great way to, let it out and let other ladies and men know, hey, we not alone. We over here with you. So we see you. Listen, I honor you tonight for that. Thank you for having me. It means the world to me. And you mean the world to me. Now, anytime you feel like the move of God is moving in your kitchen, when it's moving on the inside and moving on the outside, with fold up, shaking together, call me. I can sit at the table with my mask on and I'll just wait for it. Or either I can wait for it outside. Throw a plate. I'm going to catch it.
Yes, ma'am. I actually cooked this past Sunday, and I thought about you, but I know that you've been very careful during the pandemic. But I put some love on the stove this past Sunday.
I know you've been careful too, Tim. What they got to do with throwing a plate with some foil on it, aluminum foil. You know how to wrap a plate up, and even if you ain't got no foil, put it in the plastic bag. I know how to eat. I know how to do this thing, Tammy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will get you some ginger crystals because I think your tea deserves it.
Oh, girl, when I get them crystals, Tammy, don't say nothing when I go live. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
See. Okay. But thank you again. You guys have hung out with us for an hour, and it has been most refreshing and most needed. So again, thank you, Oneshia. You guys, please go follow her if you're not already connected to her. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. She is Lovely Big O and on all of those platforms. I'm going to say again, thank you for hanging out with me, and looking forward to seeing you guys again next week. Have a good night.